I'm going to show you the 4 main tests I've used to help baseball players and people of all walks of life get back to what they love without shoulder pain. Now I'm first showing you a cable exercise because cable and bands are awesome for the freedom it gives you to train your ability in reverse of the demand. However, the load inaccuracy is too great for really accurate numbers. So I also like you to master 2 dumbbell exercises. The Powell raise, named by Charles Poliquin after Olympic world record holder Mike Powell. You could start this with a soup can. I like a baseline of getting to at least 10% of your weight, 8 reps, 4 seconds down, and for extreme goals, get even stronger than that. Separate to that, I like another exercise getting into the rotation aspect. Same baselines, 4 seconds down, 8 reps, at least 10% of your body weight. We're just trying to improve ability in reverse of the demand on the shoulder. The forms I've shown you are the ones I like. Exercise is a beautiful freedom. There could be many different forms of those exercises. The part that works is that we're improving ability in reverse of demand. I remember talking to a baseball player's dad, and he was emotional because he couldn't believe his son was back able to play without his shoulder stopping him from that joy. And what I was thinking in my head is, it's so simple. I remember another one, a 13-year-old volleyball player, and she told me she was the only player on her team not having to ice her shoulder after games because of pain. So I think this is essential knowledge for coaches. Become a master of what are the demands you're putting in and how can you improve your ability to withstand that. Last couple are more general. Push-ups and bench presses tend to be overdone. So I like people to get as strong in reverse, meaning let's say I'm 185 pounds. If I want to be able to control down and press 185 10 times, well, I should be able to do the same tempo in reverse of that. Now, you could also do this with a dumbbell, same kind of thing. You want to dumbbell bench it, dumbbell row it. Now, a cool thing about rows is that way down is the most important part, in my opinion, for the shoulder. So however that weight gets up, now control it down. The second part of this is that over-reliance on push-up and bench. We want to get good at pressing with the shoulder too. This is just for general balance. I actually don't care if the dumbbells are here, anywhere. Whatever feels good for you and goes through your natural range of motion. And here I like at least 25% of body weight per hand, or 25% of your bench if you're going to be driving your chest up and up and up. 8 reps, 3 seconds down. This exact philosophy is what took my knees from my weakest link to now my greatest strength. We have a third avenue of more skill than previous generations have broadly had. The norm is either the person, I've been there, is pushing through pain, or the authority, the doctors, the trainers, everyone's telling me to avoid rest, ice, painkillers, no knees over toes, avoid. We have a third avenue, which is ability, not avoiding ability, but then understanding ability as gradient scales and understanding how that factors into what we're doing. Are we trying to throw a baseball? Are we trying to jump? Are we trying to run? And then we improve ability in balance to that, and then we can handle it better. So yes, I think this is essential knowledge. That's why I'm back here as a volunteer coach at a school, because if I can just educate one student at a time, and I'm already doing it, and it's so simple for them, we're improving ability. And sometimes I'm already working with students who are told, well, the doctor said I have bad knees, it's genetic, I'm not supposed to run anymore. I'll do a breakdown on this probably in my next video, but I was able to get a girl who's told not to run anymore. I was able to get her sledding forward and backward. She was nearly running with that thing, but she was only told to now avoid ice. She's 12 years old. So if it's one student, if it's 10 students, if it's 100, if it's you out there spreading your own skill that you're learning from this, yeah, we're gonna make the next generation more skilled at ability. We're gonna make the next generation of coaches more aware that if almost all their athletes have some chronic pain, they're not actually fully skilled at their sport, because your body is part of your sport. If any of my athletes are in chronic pain, that's on me, that's my responsibility. So at the very least, we're gonna make a next generation more responsible, more skilled than the previous one. And people who get to experience that are going to have happier lives, more vigorous, healthy lives. They're going to spread more joy to other people. It's a ripple effect. So thank you for making this possible. There's nowhere I would rather be than being a volunteer coach helping kids, and it's because of how this whole social media thing has worked out. If you want to do this exact program, all the exercises, the upper body, the lower body, everything I've been showing you in these videos, that is on the app as Exercise Skill for Life. There's no long-term contract. I set it up from the beginning with the lowest price that I had seen for form coaching. So the whole idea is to make it as affordable as possible for you to master all the skills I know as if you were here with me. All right, catch you on the next one.